So good morning and welcome back over to Universal's Islands of Adventure, one of our favorite places to come out to visit right now because there's so much happening. As you do know, about 3.5 weeks ago, Universal did unveil their new coaster, Hagrids Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. So you also know me and Allie did get a chance to ride, and you do know our opinions. We do love that ride. It is a very fun ride. But I've been reading some things, and especially with Universal having to do the thing where they're putting posters out, or little like signs out as you come into the park that Hagrids will be delayed and be opening later in the day. Beg the question, I've been reading this online. I don't know if I've just been reading this. People have been saying Universal opened Hagrids too early to take advantage of the crowds instead of making sure it's right. Honestly, we'll go over that opinion. We'll also go over there and check it out, see when does it really open, because I do have like my mixed opinions on it, but it's also, you gotta think about the company who makes it, and we'll talk more about that when we get in there. But also, there is talk that the Jurassic World coaster that has been rumored, track has shown up on site already, which would be astounding because I feel like they just started working on it. So we're gonna check that out as well. But also, it is 4th of July week, so it is gonna be very busy. So this is another thing we'll check out. But I do really want to talk about the Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. Handful to say, and look at the Jurassic World update, and also look at some crowd levels. So let's head on side. Plus, it is also very hot today. Like I said, as you walk in, we're like, this is about where the entrance is. It says right here, we'll be open later today. So I don't know if they're trying to push back some of the crowd levels or something for it, but it's just it's kind of a weird thing we're gonna talk about, because I have my opinions on it about what I think it is, and like, did they open it right on time or what, and also the manufacturer, plus the what goes on with this ride. Well, I do have to give Universal a ton of credit though, because when we were driving in earlier today, and I don't know if I'll try to grab that clip, because I always do with the time-lapse function on my GoPro, so it's really hard to grab stuff like that. But there was a sign out that says, like there was 2 signs, one before you got to the parking lot area, and then one by the toll booth. It said Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure will be delayed or opening at midday, because midday has been their thing, because when the second week, the first full week, so we came on that Monday night over, and then that's when they put the announcement out for 2 weeks. It's been about 3 weeks since that announcement, and they're still not opening it with the park. So, but I do give Universal a ton of credit because they're constantly giving massive amounts of warning before you get here, so that when you get here, you're not waiting. Because they're saying midday, and that can be anywhere from like 10:30 to like 3:30. And that's pretty usual when you come to Islands of Adventure. If I'm coming for updates or things like today, I'm going to come out to this area right here. So this is like when you come out of the port entry, instead of going right or left, you come right to the lagoon right here, and you can look out and you actually see right over towards where the Discovery Center is. This is where, like I said, this new rumored Jurassic coaster's going. And I always have to keep saying rumored because Universal has not made an official announcement about this ride. However, as we did see with Hagrids, they started building it for months and months. And it wasn't until about 4 or 5 months before it opened that they actually came out and announced it was going to be a new coaster, which was supposed to be a family coaster, but that changed real quickly. So, but as you can see, nothing much has changed on the right side here. You can see that's the new bridge that they built, which I'm very happy with. Let's turn to the left, still nothing really there. But what's really getting me is that there's a huge pile of dirt right there. So that's something interesting to see. So I think, I'm not quite sure what my plan of action is for walking around today. I think I'll go through my normal way, where I'll go through Marvel Superhero Island, over the Tomb Lagoon to that little area right there. See if I can see anything, and then we'll walk around, get to Hogsmeade, talk about Hagrids a little bit, and then I'll end my day right there looking out onto that pile of dirt, see if I can see anything. The one thing I can't stress enough though about the Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure is that me and Allie love it. It's a really awesome ride. The ride itself is not a fail. It's not like the last 3 rides Universal's built. Because the last 3 rides have actually just been a disaster to us. We don't think they're good. They're not that great. I'm surprised they even, like, it just seems like Universal was playing safe. With Hagrid's, they really went out of their comfort zone, but it really paid off because the ride itself is fantastic. Nothing wrong with the ride, but it's the question of, did they open it too early? And that's what we'll answer. I kind of clarified that before we got too far along, because it's not that I hate it. I love it. It's an amazing ride experience. It's something unique, something never done before. So that's what I had to kind of put out there before we got too far along into this. So it's funny, so you can tell the characters are out because their motorbikes out here, and you can always tell which one's Cap's. It's his last one on the end because it's got a holder for his shield. So, not gonna wait around for them. Just got some, I gotta get to this because it is kind of on the busy side today. Dr. Dooms is only posting a 25-minute wait. Not too bad. I'm curious to see what Spider-Man is, because Spider-Man usually holds a really good wait. Let's see, Spider-Man is posting a hour-long wait, 60 minutes. Not surprising though, because that's an awesome ride. Alright, came down here by Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barges, because like I said, I'm heading for the lagoon viewing, because there's no outlet that way. That's one thing they would tell you. But I can tell you, with hot days rolling up around, this whole ride is going to be something you're going to want to do, because it's Florida, it's summer, it's the first day of July, and boy howdy is it hot. So nothing really seen over here. About the same where it's been. So I think this area, this view is going to get kind of dull and boring after a while, because I don't think this is a big area they'll have a lot of that right. You know what's funny? They got rid of that one tree. Remember that tree I was talking about a few months ago? It looked like they were trying to save? They got rid of it. Oh well. But I do love the new bridge right there. But I also love the look of Hogsmeade. You can see Hogsmeade from here. I love that new bridge. Really nice little bridge. I love it. Again, also, this coaster has not been officially announced by Universal, so this may not even be a coaster, even though there is track on site. It could be something else, but knowing the way Universal's been going with islands, it seems like that the idea of a new coaster for Jurassic World, especially since it'll be coming in 2021, which is when the last movie of the trilogy will be coming out for Jurassic World. So we'll have to just see what it is when it does get here. Well, another one of those rides that I think is an absolute fun time is Dudley Do Rides. Now, I remember I did this ride way back in the day. I think it was 2013, because I came on my high school band trip down here. And I remember we waited about 35 minutes for this ride, and we were soaked afterwards. But it was also a hot day. Also, 2013 is the first time I ever came to Universal. And honestly, I didn't actually start visiting Universal until late 2015, and I moved in I moved the first part of 2015 down to Florida. So as we kind of walk through the last part of Jurassic Park area, which is one of the biggest sections, you can always see this is where the new rumored coaster will be going. But there's nothing gone vertical yet. Like I said, there was some rumor that there was already track pieces here, but I have a hard time believing that's the truth, because the track pieces are already here. They have stuff being built up already. Now, we don't know what's on the other side of this wall, because the only thing we can see is the stuff over by Discovery Center. So, I mean, that's another reason why they built the giant dirt, is because they started building the coaster. Now, I wonder if it'll be similar to where it has it's a multi-launch coaster, and since it's Jurassic World based, will it be a Raptor style coaster, because with the Raptors being so heavily influenced in the new movies? Maybe that'll be the case, because the thing about Jurassic World, the first one, was all about the Raptors. I mean, you learned how Owen Wilson was able to control the Raptors and everything, so that's why it sounds like it could be like a Raptor style coaster, which means it's just going to be a launching coaster, which hopefully doesn't have as many launches as Hagrids and won't have as many issues. I like how the fact this is the old seating area for Discovery Center. A little crane, like a little Piper thing, so. But like I said, just nothing has been announced. Universal's being very quiet about it. Maybe it's because they just don't know what, like they know what it is, but they're trying to keep us in anticipation, because that's what kind of thing they did for Hagrids. I love the fact that you still hear Jurassic Park music as we head into Hogsmeade, so. But as soon as you get over the bridge, it goes away, so. But like I said, we're heading into Hogsmeade. Want to see if it's open, if Hagrids is open yet, to give an idea when it could be open if you're coming, but I don't see it moving or anything. I don't hear anything yet. Alright, coming up to Hagrids, Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. It is not open yet, but you can see trains were going by. And so it looks like they're in the early morning checks of their testing phases. But I will tell you, the team members and the managers and everyone out here has been absolutely incredible the entire time. So something that I'd say is that Universal did a great job getting their team members ready for this, having them help deal with this. But it's 11:15 in the morning, and it's still not open for the day yet. However, like I did see, as I was walking up, I saw them testing some. You can hear the bikes going behind us. So which means that they are getting much better about getting their ride up and running. And the one thing I have to say also as well with Hagrids is that they did an amazing job the day we rode, because they had we had about 2 hours of storms in the area, and they got the ride up and running. Despite it was a 2.5. The ride was not open for 2.5 hours while we were in line, but In 2.5 hours, they had a weather issue, and then there was a small technical issue. And the day before, they did not open after the weather issue, or after the weather downtime. So that's something also to kind of keep in mind with it, because the fact that they did not reopen one day, but then the next day it only took them 30 to 45 minutes to get it reopened after the weather downtime, despite a technical issue. So, but if you're curious, that is the start of the line right there for Hagrids. Now, there's no official wait time for it yet. I mean, I may walk down there and see if there's anything like we see wait time wise, but I'm not sure. So I kind of walked back, I've been kind of walking back and forth, kind of getting ideas. So what's the line right now? Because even though the ride's not up and running, like I said, I could hear it running in the background. I saw some trains go by. Again, one of the coolest sound effects I've ever experienced. But, like, so now the fact that more and more people are knowing that it's not opening till later, is it causing the lines to be at the start of the day shorter? Because when me and Allie waited over in this area, we waited all the way into the theater. Now today, it's literally right behind the talking fountain. So I don't know yet. I mean, looks like they're getting ready to move people. I don't know, but there's a decent amount of people over there. A decent amount of people over there waiting, but it's not a long line, so I'm not sure. I mean, it is, like I said, 11:20 right now, and all this stuff. So I'm not sure, because it's not had a consistent opening day. So like yesterday, it didn't open until 3 in the afternoon, and it closed early yesterday, the day before. So there is no like timetable for when it's opening. Like they say midday. It can be anywhere from 10:30 to usually 3:30 is when you consider midday here. So I feel like the way it is, so if you are determined to do this ride, the fact that they're saying midday, I would say get to the park around 10:30. If you're really just wanting to do this, I would say head over towards the Sinbad, and the Lost Continent, the Sinbad show area. Past the talking fountain, over in that area is where the wait starts. That's where the line starts. Now today's line, like I said, 11:20, 11:25 right now. It's only just behind the fountain, and that's where the start is, behind the fountain. And then if you go up and around, up by where the walkway is for the train station, that's where the line is right now. Which means the one thing is, I'm looking at maybe if you're in that line, you're only going to wait 15 to 20 minutes because it's going to be walk right in. So I would say if you really, but don't be in Hogsmeade when it opens, because they will let those people who are waiting first come through, and until all those people come through, the people in Hogsmeade will not be able to get in line until after that line gets cleared. So if you're determined to do it, do that. That's one of the things I will say. The Universal's really set up a really good thing though, because over in that area still, they still have water jugs everywhere with cups of water. So you can have water before you get in. A lot of shade, a lot of people over there really giving out great information. Because all they're saying is we're not going to open at midday, but he's saying the same thing. Oh, wait for the app to come back. So, I don't know. Because again, until you see them putting up the queue, that's when you could get in line. If you want to wait in Hogsmeade, that's when you want to go over there and get in that line. But if you're just determined to do this, just get in line there and wait it out, because they have there's a lot of shade, a lot of water, there's a lot of people over there. They have music pumping, so it's a really good idea. If you want to do it, just get in that line. I'm not sure about it, because I was thinking about if it opens, I may wait and single rider and try to do it again. But again, it does not look like it's opening anytime soon, because they've been running trains, but then there's like 15-minute period where there's no trains running, so I don't know if they're putting trains on and they have to wait to put the trains on or something. But every once in a while you hear a train go by and it still sounds really cool. Also, another thing about Hagrids that I didn't even know about until we got in line the day we did it was that throughout the queue they'll have places where they sell chips, waters, drinks, you know, stuff that you could buy in the line. Now me, being the person I am, I don't usually carry that much cash on me. But I would say if you get in line, especially with it being Florida and especially with it being midday stuff now, because when we get the storms it's about 3 or 5 in the afternoon now, when there's lightning in the air they do have to close down Hagrids, just like most rides in the area. But one of the things is carry the cash on you, because if you wait in the line, you can come and go from the line, because they have a thing where, I don't know if I remember showing you, but they gave me a little yellow ticket and it showed like I was in line, so then I would come back up the exits and be able to come back. So I could easily take some cash, gone to somewhere, gotten some food, and brought food back to me and Allie. So I would say that would be something you might want to consider, carrying the cash with you. When you have to put your stuff in the lockers, they want you to put your bags. Now, stuff that can stay in your pocket, it can stay in your pocket. But carry that little bit of cash, because then when you're in line, if you want to get something to drink, something to eat, because even when you get to the point of where we were stuck most of the time, which is right where the like they have different posters of different magical creatures, there's still a decent amount of time for that. So I would just say carry that little bit of cash while you're in line. But I know the question you guys have been all wondering is, do I think they opened Hagrids too early. And in my opinion, I don't know. I have no clue. I don't work building coasters. I don't do that. Because you don't know what you're gonna get until you run an attraction at full speed consistently, not just for a couple days during testing, but for weeks. Because that first day, 10-hour wait, you had to have it running at full capacity that first day. And if you don't know, hold on a second. But you don't know what issue you're gonna get. Because the thing about Hagrids is it has 7 launches. 7 launches. Normally a 1 launch coaster has issues, but this has 7 of them. This also has what's called a switch track, which means the track switches over. Like, very similar to like how Expedition Everest does, only this is a much quicker. What this also has, it has a forward launch that goes into what's called a vertical spike, where you go up, you stop, and then it goes backwards. So that has to be very well timed, very well. Then the biggest thing that it has on it is the vertical drop track, where it goes into a section and then drops you 17 feet. So you're talking about an attraction that has, you know, not only just the 7 launches, but you're looking at switch track, backward section, and a drop track. And on top of that, it's a continuous loading ride, so you don't know. Also, it is built by a group called Intamin. Intamin makes some fantastic attractions, but they are not known for being very reliable. But when you throw, you know, 10 plus elements, including all the launches, plus all the animatronics and everything else, there's no telling if it opened early or not. Because I don't think Universal expected to get all these issues with it, and I don't know if Intamin did, because this is not a cookie cutter ride. It's not like a Hulk where that ride style has been around for a while. So, in my opinion, I have no clue. I have no clue if they opened it early or not. I have no clue if it has not been a failure of a ride. I just think they're finding issues that they normally don't get. Now, I wish Universal would come out and let us know that they are still doing the midday thing past the 2-week thing, because they said for a couple weeks. But again, in that same statement, they only said it for a couple weeks, so they had no idea either. So, honestly, your opinion is based on mine. Mine, I don't think they had an idea that this was going to have any issues, because we don't know what testing went on in everything. Me, personally, fantastic ride. I think Universal did amazing with this ride. Better than the rides we've gotten in the last couple of years. Because as we do know, Universal spent a lot of their time focusing on their Halloween Horror Nights, which is, there's no competing with that. But when it comes to rides, they haven't built a coaster in a long time. The last coaster they built was their refurbishment of the Hulk, which is already a ride they had before, but they just upgraded it and made it even better than it was before. So, in my opinion, don't know. I honestly would tell people, if you think they opened it too early, that's your opinion. But unless you work in that ride, unless you work for the ride company who built it, I don't think anyone has a true answer. Maybe it was Intamin said it was fine, and then Universal opened it the first day, put all these people on it, and then they found all these issues they weren't getting. And also, with the getting used to doing their nightly checks, that's the reason why it's opening so much later, because they're maybe getting some of those issues, and then the company's coming out and fixing those issues while they're at it. So essentially they're fixing it while opening it late, but also leaving it open to the public. Universal could easily come out and said, we're gonna be shutting it down for 2 weeks, no one's gonna be able to ride it. Universal is doing their attempt to get everyone on this ride as quickly as possible. Granted, it's not what people thought it was, like thought it should be, or how it should be, but Universal is making an attempt every day to have the ride open for at least 5 to 6 hours. At least 5 to 6 hours. Because they open it at 11, they're open until 10. Or at noon, that's 10 hours it can run. Now granted, it could rain, so they make it only 8. But it gets them used to opening it now, which means they are getting better at it. So, before I get kind of more into it, I think people who complain about it just look to complain. Me, personally, so excited. Fantastic ride. Universal's done a great job with it. It's amazing. So I would just say, give it a chance. Let's get through this growing pains of this new ride and see where it goes. So I kind of walked back over there to see if there's any kind of movement, and the 10 minutes I was standing there, didn't see a single motorbike go by. Then I leave and I heard 2 go by. So it seems like they're trying to get it consistently, like dispatching at a certain time, trying to make sure it sounds right, because there's a lot of, like, you got to be able to hear the audio on the ride. So I don't know, I think I'm not investing a day into it like me and Allie did the one day, and we are not investing a whole day into it. But I think we'll maybe go ahead and just head out from here, I guess. I'm gonna head out for at least this time because I'm not invested into doing it today. And I'm kind of hoping with the fact 4th of July is this week, by next week we should start seeing the crowds die off. So maybe if we come out, we can maybe get in line, wait a couple hours, see if it opens up, and then if it doesn't, we can bail. It wasn't like last time where we were in there for a couple hours. Then we were like past the point where you go with the express pass and then didn't want to bail. So also the weather's just not quite as rainy and stormy as it has been. It's been a lot more in the evening time. So it's definitely kind of making it a little bit more interesting to try to get onto the ride. Well, one of the biggest things that's different is all the little like pathway things they had built for Hagrids are gone from this area. I did see a few up at the front, but like the first 2 or 3 days it was open, there was a lot of like those universal like bike rack looking things, like the wall, like the mini queue wall they built. These things right here, they're not all lined up over on there anymore. Now they still have them lined up here because I think they're expecting maybe 4th of July, maybe have the ride running all day so they can really push people through. So maybe they're expecting kind of big crowds, but it's not as like, you're not anticipating to wait a super long time, because yesterday at one point I saw the wait time, it was only 140 minutes I think. So you're looking at 2 hours 20 minutes. Not too bad. And I tell people all the time, I'd wait 2 hours for that ride because the queue is super immersive. So not quite sure though. As I said before, I have no opinion on if they opened it early or not, because I think they opened it when they were told to open it and they started getting the issues they didn't expect. Again, 10 plus different elements for the ride. And what I've heard is you can run up to 12 trains at a time. If you can run 12 trains on a ride, you're gonna run into some major issues consistently. But I do credit Universal for the daily operation, the team members that have worked, being very open throughout the day about when they're gonna open, when they're not gonna open, yada yada yada, being very open with their communication. I think that's the biggest thing I said, that Universal has done an amazing job with this ride, because it's a new ride, you don't know what to expect with it. So I mean, it's just one of those things of, be patient. It's not the team member's fault, it's a new ride. But I do like the consistent loading and unloading that they have, where trains are always moving, which can cause other issues, I can guarantee you. So honestly, to me, fantastic ride. I can't wait till it's operating daily, all day long, because then I'm always gonna wanna wait for it. So I am gonna go ahead and call it a day from Islands of Adventure. So 12 o'clock, still not open yet, but we are getting to the midday time. The quickest way you can tell if they're gonna open if you're up by Hogsmeade is they have built a bunch of like chains and those fencing things all the way down towards the Lost Continent behind the talking fountain. So if you see them starting to put all that up, the line may be opening soon, the ride may be opening soon. So maybe that's when you get in line, but don't if you're bound and determined to do it, just wait in line, just wait. They have a lot of water, there's things around, they have things to buy. So it won't be the end of the world. Plus you can come and go from the line as needed if you need to. So, but like I said, I have no opinion on if they opened it early or not, because I don't work for the company. I don't work for Universal. I don't know who made that decision. But it's no one who works here. Like in the park, it's not their decision. So don't get mad with the CAT team members. They're doing the best they can. They're doing a great job. They have a lot of people out there, many people answering questions. They're out there in the heat, just like the rest of y'all. So be patient with them. So, but a little bit more work on the Jurassic World coaster. Didn't see any tracks, so not quite sure where that rumor came from. So, but with all that being said, I do head out from a very warm day here at Islands of Adventure. I will see y'all next time.